Hi there students, welcome back to another video lesson. So, on the previous video lesson, tinuruan ko kayo kung paano gamitin ang scientific calculator in order to determine the value of a particular trigonometric ratio, as well as on how to determine the measure of any angle given the value of the trigonometric ratios. So, dito naman sa ating susunod na video lesson, we will solve for the missing parts of a right triangle. Okay, so dito, applied pa rin po syempre yung ating mga trigonometric ratios. So, kailangan pa rin natin dito ang scientific calculator. Kaya nga, i-discuss ko muna kung paano gamitin ang calculator, ang scientific calculator, para at least meron na kayong idea kung paano ang magiging process. So, dito po sa pag-solve ng mga missing parts, there are 4 conditions. So, ayan. Posible lang na makuha natin yung mga missing parts kapag, for letter A, given yung hypotenuse and 1 leg. And then, given yung hypotenuse and 1 acute angle for letter B. And then, letter C, given naman yung 1 leg tsaka 1 acute angle. And then, for letter D, given yung 2 legs. Okay. So, for letter A, ang hinahanap dyan is yung sukat ng mga angles, yung dalawang angle, tsaka yung isang leg. Sa letter B naman, ang hinahanap yung sukat ng dalawang legs, tsaka yung isang acute angle. For letter C naman, hinahanap dyan yung sukat ng isang leg, ng hypotenuse, tsaka isang acute angle. Okay, so for letter D naman, hinahanap dyan yung hypotenuse and then yung sukat ng dalawang acute angles. So for our lesson objective, so sabi ko nga kanina, ayan, i-discuss ko na sa ating introduction. So we will be solving for the missing parts of a right triangle given the length of the following parts. So ayan, yun lang po yung mga condition na kung saan pwede nating makuha yung mga sukat ng missing parts. Okay, so kung given lang po natin is hypotenuse, yun lang. Hindi po natin malalaman yung sukat ng leg. Unless kung yung dalawang legs na yon ay magkapareho ng sukat at isosceles right triangle, yung special angles na tinatawag natin. So, na-i-discuss ko po sa ating susunod na video lesson. So, yung 4 na conditions na yan, i-discuss ko po yan one by one, step by step, para maging malinaw po sa inyo. So, again, kailangan po natin dito is scientific calculator, and then nasa description natin yung link kung saan natin pwedeng i-download yung scientific calculator. Pero, kung meron na kayong scientific calculator, then good. So, kung wala, manghihiram. Hindi kailangan bumili. Lalo na kung wala naman tayong pambili. Wala tayong kakayahan para bumili. So, next natin is solving the missing parts of a right triangle. Okay, so ito na yung ating second objective. So, solving a right triangle simply means determining the measure of the remaining parts. So, syempre, ayan, kailangan nating ma-identify lahat ng sukat ng mga missing parts. Yung mga sukat ng remaining parts natin. So, we can solve the missing parts of a right triangle given the following parts. Okay. So, meron tayong 4 na condition dyan. Lahat po yan, i-discuss ko. So, pagtiyagaan nyo pong panoorin yung ating video lesson kasi i-discuss ko yan step by step para magkaroon kayo ng idea. So, yung mga conditions natin, letter A, given yung hypotenuse dapat and 1 leg. And then, second condition, hypotenuse and 1 acute angle ang given. Letter C, 1 leg and 1 acute angle. And then, for letter D, 2 legs. So, yung 4 po na yan na conditions ay i-discuss ko po isa-isa. So, let's have the first condition. Kailangan given ang hypotenuse in 1 leg. So, alin man dun sa dalawang legs, yung measurement ng longer leg o kaya naman shorter leg ang given, basta merong hypotenuse, makukuha po natin yung measure ng remaining parts. So let us have an example. So triangle XYZ is a right triangle with angle Z as the right angle. If Z is equal to 7 and X is equal to 5, find angle X, angle Y, and Y. Okay, so yung mga symbols na nakikita na, yung mga angle symbol na nakikita natin dyan, so ayan, angle po yun, yung mga naka-capital letters, and then yung mga small letters, yun po yung dinedenote na sides po yun, nung triangle, nung right triangle. Again, pag capital letters, angle. Pag naman small letters, sides. So, ayan po yung ating illustration. Wherein makikita natin na yung Z equals 7 is yung ating hypotenuse. Okay. So, find angle X, angle Y, and Y. Okay, so una muna natin kukunin is yung angle X. Ito. So, kung angle X ang nawawala, yung opposite ng angle X na yun ang magsisilbing opposite side, yung 5. So, as you can see, kung opposite yan, and then given yung hypotenuse, alin sa mga trigonometric ratios ang pwede natin gamitin? Yung opposite, tapos may hypotenuse. That is sine. So, isusulat natin sine x is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So, para makita nyo yung letters, opposite is x, and then hypotenuse is z. Okay, so yung opposite side natin, adjacent side natin, nakadepende po dun sa theta, yung angle. Okay, so in this case, x yung ating theta. Mamaya kasi y. Okay, so explain ko mamaya sa y naman. So, dito muna tayo sa angle x. So, dito, opposite over hypotenuse. So, yung opposite side natin measures 5. And then, yung hypotenuse naman is 7. So, sine x is equal to 5 over 7. Is this the final answer? No. Kasi ang hinahanap nga natin dito is sukat ng angle. Okay. Hindi yung ratio. Okay. So, paano natin masosolve yan? So, gamit ang scientific calculator, again, pindutin natin yung shift, and then, sine. Pagkapindot ng sine, shift, tas sine, lilitaw yan, sine raised to negative 1. Okay. Sine raised to negative 1, then pindutin natin 5 over 7 yung fraction. Ayan. And then, equal sign, lilitaw po dyan sa screen natin is 45.58 degrees. So, ibig sabihin, ang sukat ng angle X is 45.58 degrees. Okay. Next. So, yung sukat ng angle X is 45.58. So, 45.58 degrees. Okay, next. Angle Y naman. Okay, so dito, dahil angle Y ang nawawala, okay, ibig sabihin, yung side na opposite nung angle Y, yung Y dito, ito yung opposite side. And then, ibig sabihin naman dito, yung X natin equals 5 ang magiging adjacent. Okay, so dito, given yung magiging adjacent side natin, tsaka hypotenuse. So, adjacent, tsaka hypotenuse, anong function, alin sa trigonometric ratios ang ating gagamitin? So, we will use cosine. So, magiging cosine y is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So, what is adjacent? X. And then, hypotenuse is Z. Okay. So, next, adjacent measures 5. And then, hypotenuse measures 7. So, cosine Y. So, dito naman, pipindutin natin ulit, shift. Okay, yung second F. And then, raised to negative 1 siya. Tapos ng shift, cosine. So, lilitaw sa screen ng calculator, cosine raised to negative 1. And then, parenthesis, 5/7. Ayan. Equals, so lilitaw dyan is 44.42 degrees. So, ibig sabihin, ang sukat ng angle Y is 44.42 degrees. Now, the question is, paano natin malalaman na mali ang ating sagot? Okay, simple lang. So, di ba nakakuha tayo ng sagot na ano kanina? 45.58 degrees. I-add natin yung nakuha nating sagot na 44.42 degrees. Kailangan ang sum niyan is 90 degrees. Sir, why 90 degrees? Because the sum of the interior angles of a triangle, any triangle, is always 180 degrees. Sir, bakit 90 lang po ang kailangang makuha? It's because yun po kasing right angle natin dito, hindi na natin kailangan sukatin pa. It's because ang sukat niya is 90 degrees. So, 90 plus 90, that is equal to 180 degrees. The sum of the interior angles of a triangle. So, add natin 45.58 degrees plus 44.42. So, 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry at 0 and then carry 1. 1 plus 5, 6 plus 4, 10 ulit. So, 0, carry 1. And then 1 plus 5, 6 plus 4, 10. So, 0. And then, regroup natin yung 1, carry 1. So, 1 plus 4, 5 plus 4, 9. As you can see, ang nakuha nating sagot is 90. Therefore, yung mga nakuha nating sukat na 45.58 degrees sa X and then 44.42 degrees sa angle Y ay tama. So, ano na lang ang kailangan nating kunin? Yung sukat ng side Y. So, next naman natin is kukunin natin yung sukat ng Y. So, gamit ang Pythagorean theorem, so, x squared plus y squared is equal to z squared. So, x and y yung mga legs ng right triangle, and then z, ito naman yung hypotenuse. So, x, that is equal to 5 squared. Then, y squared equals z, that is 7 square. So, 5 squared, that is 5 times 5, 25. Plus y squared is equal to 7 square, 49. Next, we subtract 25 to both sides. So, magiging y squared is equal to 49 minus 25. So, subtracting 49 and 25, we will get a difference of 24. And then, extract natin both sides para mawala yung square. So, square root of y square is y. And then, square root of 24. So, yung 24, hindi siya perfect square. Pero, meron siyang factor na perfect square, which is 4. So, magiging ganito siya. Sulat natin dito. Y is equal to square root of 4 times 6. Yung factor niya na perfect square is 4. So, square root of 4 is 2. So, magiging y is equal to 2 square root of 6. So, yan po ang sukat ng y. So, after natin sa hypotenuse in one leg, so, we're given yung two sides ng triangle. Nakuha natin yung mga missing parts. Measure ng missing parts. Dito naman, given yung isang side, yung ating hypotenuse, the longest side, and then isang acute angle. Okay, so, let's have the problem. So, triangle JKL is a right triangle with angle K as the right angle. If K is equal to 18 and angle L is equal to 38 degrees, find the measure of angle J, the measure of side J and L. Okay. So, yung illustration natin, ayan. So, as you can see dito, ito ang ating hypotenuse. And then, yung acute angle natin, ayan, 38 degrees. Okay. So, una muna natin kukunin is yung measure ng angle J. Okay. So, pag given na yung isang angle ng right triangle, makukuha na natin yung sukat ng isang natitirang angle dahil ito kasi 90 degrees na agad ito. So, ibig sabihin yung sum ng dalawang natitirang dalawang acute angles na yan is 90. So, ganito ang solusyon niya. So, measure of angle J is equal to 90 degrees minus the measure of angle L. The measure of angle L is 38 degrees. So, ganyan lang. 90 minus 38 degrees. So, kapag sinubtract natin yan, we'll get 52 degrees. So, ibig sabihin ng sukat ng angle J is 52 degrees. Next, so, label natin dito 52 degrees. Ayan, next. Doon naman tayo sa J. Okay, so J naman tayo. So, yung theta natin dito is L. Ibig sabihin po, yung L, ito po ang nagsisilbing opposite side. And then, yung J, ito naman ang nagsisilbing adjacent side. So, given yung hypotenuse natin dito, hinahanap natin na adjacent. So, paano natin makukuha yon? So, gamit po tayo ng trigonometric ratio which is cosine. Kasi ang cosine, so cosine L is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Yun yung J over K. So, dito, given naman yung sukat ng angle. So, cosine 38 degrees. Yung sukat ng L is 38 degrees. And then, yung adjacent side natin, yung missing. So, adjacent over yung hypotenuse which is 18. Okay, so magiging ganito siya, J over 18. Next, ang gagawin natin yan is cross multiplication. So, cosine 38 saka 18. So, cross multiply. So, magiging ganito siya. J is equal to 18 times cosine 38 degrees. And then, press lang natin sa calcu yung cosine 38 degrees. So, cos, tapos 38, and then equals. So, kapag pinrest natin yung cosine 38 sa calculator, ang lilitaw pong sagot dyan is 0.7880. And then finally, i-multiply natin yung nakuha nating cosine 38 sa 18. So, 0.7880 times 18 will get 14.18. Okay, so yun po ang sukat ng J, yung ating adjacent side. So, tandaan, kailangan ang makuha nating sukat ng J tsaka L is mababa dapat sa hypotenuse. Siyempre, kasi yung hypotenuse is the longest side. Next. Okay, so nakuha na natin yung measure ng adjacent side. So, which is 14.18. So, ang next naman natin is L. Okay, so dito naman, okay, so L ang hahanapin natin, ano ang gagamitin nating function. Okay, so ang opposite side ng angle L natin is L. Angle L is L mismo, syempre. So, ito ang opposite. Itong hypotenuse. Ito ang adjacent. So, kung available yung given talaga dito is yung hypotenuse, and then hahanapin natin opposite. So, opposite and then hypotenuse, ang gagamitin nating trigonometric ratio is sine. Kasi O over H. So, dun sa so katawa, so. So, magiging sine L is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So, using letters, so L over K. So, yung given angle natin is 38 degrees. So, sine 38 degrees is equal to opposite L over hypotenuse 18. So again, yung ginawa natin kanina is cross multiplication. So magiging L is equal to 18 times sine 38 degrees. So ganun lang din, press natin sa calcu sine 38 degrees. Or pwede rin namang dire-diretso sa calcu. So 18 sine 38 and then equals. Okay. So sine 38 degrees, that is equal to approximately equal to 0.6157. Okay. And then multiply by 18. Ang lilitaw na sagot is 11.08. So, malalaman natin na mali ang ating sagot kapag in-apply natin yung Pythagorean theorem. So, kapag kinuha natin yung sum ng square ng opposite side, so 11.08 square plus 14.18 square. So, and then, extract natin square root nung nakuha nating sagot, kailangan ang lumitaw po na sagot sa calculator is 18. Otherwise, mali po yung ating solusyon. Next, one leg and one acute angle. Okay, so dito hindi na po given yung sukat ng hypotenuse, yung ating longest side. Bagkos, yung sukat ng shorter leg o kaya naman longer leg. Tsaka yung isang acute angle. So, triangle MNO is a right triangle with angle N as the right angle. If M is equal to 22 and angle M is equal to 35 degrees, find angle O, N, and O. Okay, so ito po yung ating illustration. So, ang hinahanap natin dito, angle O, tsaka yung dalawang sides. Isa doon yung hypotenuse, tsaka yung isang leg. So, yung ano natin dito, yung O, yun ang nagsisilbing longer leg. Okay, so, una muna, sukat ng O. So, dahil given yung sukat ng angle M, madali lang natin makukuha yung angle O. So, measure of angle O is equal to 90 degrees minus 35 degrees. So, 90 minus 35 degrees, that will be 55 degrees. So, that will be the measure of angle O. So, 55 degrees. And then, 35 plus 55 plus 90 will get the sum of the interior angle of a triangle, which is 180 degrees. Next. So, next naman tayo is yung hypotenuse in one leg. Okay, so dito, ang hahanapin muna natin is yung hypotenuse. Okay, so dito, yung angle natin na angle M, yung opposite side niya is M. Okay, so kung opposite side yung M, ibig sabihin yung O dito ang ating adjacent side. And then N is the hypotenuse. So, kung available yung sukat ng opposite side natin, tapos ang hinahanap natin na hypotenuse, ang gagamitin nating function is sine. So, magiging ganito siya nun. Sine M equals opposite over hypotenuse. That is M over N. So, yung sukat ng angle natin is 35 degrees, di ba? And then, opposite side natin measures 22 over the hypotenuse, yung missing side natin, N. Okay. And then, ang mangyayari dito, pagpapalitin lang natin ng pwesto yung sine 35 degrees tsaka yung N. So, magiging ganito siya mismo. N is equal to 22 all over sine 35 degrees. And then, kunin natin yung value ng sine 35 degrees. So kapag kinuha natin yung value ng sine 35 degrees sa calculator, ang lilitaw pong sagot is 0.5734. And then finally, divide natin 22 by 0.5734, or pwede rin namang press natin sa calcu 22 divided by sine 35, dire-diretso. And then lilitaw yung sagot na 38.36. So, ibig sabihin, ang sukat ng ating hypotenuse is 38.36. Okay. Next, paano naman ang ating opposite side? Okay, so, kung given natin yung adjacent side pala ang ating hinahanap naman. So, kung given yung opposite side natin, hinahanap nating adjacent side. So, ang gagamitin nating function dito is tangent. Kasi ang tangent is opposite over adjacent. So, tangent M is equal to opposite over adjacent. Okay, so dito, lagay natin tangent 35 degrees is equal to opposite side. The measure of the opposite side is 22 over adjacent. Ganun ulit ang gagawin natin. So, adjacent side, yung 22 over O. Okay, so dito, M over O. So, magiging ganito siya. O is equal to 22 over tangent 35 degrees equals 22 over the value of tangent 35 degrees, that is 0.7702, and then 22 divided by tangent 35, we will get 31.42. So the measure of the adjacent side, O, is 31.42. So again, applying Pythagorean theorem, makukuha natin, mache-check natin kung tama ba yung ating mga kasagutan. So last condition natin is given naman yung two legs. Dito hahanapin natin yung sukat ng hypotenuse and then yung mga acute angles. So kapag nakuha na natin yung sukat ng isang acute angle, so makukuha na rin natin yung sukat ng isa pa. So kahit isa na lang ang isolve natin. So triangle GHI is a right triangle with angle I as the right angle. If G is equal to 10 and H is equal to 24, find I, angle H, and angle G. So ayan. As you can see sa figure natin, yung H and G, these are the two legs of the right triangle. So G here is the shorter leg. And then H here is the longer leg, of course. And then basically yung I natin dito is yung ating hypotenuse, the longest side. So let's find I. So using Pythagorean theorem, so magiging G squared plus H squared is equal to I squared. So G measures 10, H 24, and then I square. So 10 square, that is 10 times 10, 100, plus 24 square, 576, equal to I squared. So adding 100 and 576 will give us 676 equals I square. And then extracting both sides, so magiging I is equal to 26. So ibig sabihin, ang sukat ng ating hypotenuse is 26. So isang indication dyan na maaring tama ang sagot mo, hindi ko naman sinabing agad tama. So it's that mas mataas syempre ang makukuha nating sukat, yung sagot, kesa dun sa dalawang legs. As you can see, 10 and 24 are both less than 26. Okay, so through checking naman malalaman naman natin kung tama ang ating mga sagot. So next natin is find the measure of angle H. So ito po yung ating angle H. So use tayo ng red. So ito po yung ating theta. And then opposite nun yung side H. So ibig sabihin ito ang ating opposite side. And then ito naman ang ating adjacent side, yung ating G. And then I is our hypotenuse. Now, using opposite and adjacent side na yan, yung mga measure ng two legs, so gagamitin natin yung tangent. So, kasi TOA. Okay, so O over A. So, tangent H is equal to opposite over adjacent. So, that will be H over G. So, next. So, opposite is 24. And then, adjacent is 10. So, tangent H. So, ratio lang po yan. So, ang hinahanap natin dito is sukat ng angle. So, gagamit tayo ng yung scientific calculator. Again, so, press natin sa calcu yung shift and then tangent. Press, shift, and then tangent. So, lilitaw po ang tangent raised to negative 1. And then, pindutin natin yung 24 over 10. So, by the way, yung 24 over 10, pwede naman natin yung i-simplify as 12 over 5. Anyway, kung 24 over 10 ang ipapress natin sa calcu or 12 over 5, it will give us the same exact answer, the same answer. So, ayan na lang. 24 over 10. So, ang lilitaw pong sagot dyan is 67.38 degrees. So, what is that? That will be the measure of angle H. 67.38 degrees. And then, how are we going to find the measure of angle G? So, subtract lang po natin yung 67.38 degrees sa 90. So, magiging ganito siya. Sulat ko na lang dito para mabilis. So, to find angle G, 90 degrees minus the measure of angle H. So, 90 degrees minus 67.38 degrees. Ang makukuha po nating sagot dyan is 22.62 degrees. So, sukat ng angle G is 22.62 degrees. Okay. So, ayan po. Nakuha na po natin yung sukat ng dalawang acute angle and then yung hypotenuse. So, I hope clear sa atin kung paano yung process ng pag-solve ng missing parts ng right triangle. So, for the next video lesson, so dito naman, we will find the trigonometric ratios of special angles. So, yung mga special angles na yan, hindi natin kailangan ang scientific calculator para makuha yung values. So, may mga theorem tayo dyan na i-discuss. So, sana naintindihan natin yung ating video lesson na ito. So, thank you.